Welcome to this brief animation, which will give you an overview of safeguarding and shared lives. Please refer to the accompanying training brief for more detailed information. Shared lives is a unique regulated model of adult social care. People who are supported by shared lives carers share lives and homes. The relationships, which are formed, are central to the success of shared lives arrangements and to ensuring safeguarding practices are robust. Shared lives delivers an exceptional level of person-centered care, with 97% of schemes in England rated good or outstanding by CQC. The personal nature of the care also means that arrangements can break down when the relationship between carer and supported person is undermined, and there have been instances where safeguarding procedures have inadvertently damaged valued shared lives arrangements. This can be compounded where an investigator does not fully understand shared lives. Shared lives schemes have processes, policies, and practices in place to protect the safety of all people within a shared lives arrangement and minimize risk to ensure the safety of people being supported. At the referral stage, the shared lives scheme and its referrers have a responsibility to consider the safety of the person being supported, as well as their shared lives carer. The shared lives scheme should have an agreed procedure in place for referrals to the scheme. For more detailed information on referrals, please see our training brief, Ensuring a Successful Arrangement. Before a person begins to be supported by a shared lives carer, the scheme should complete an up-to-date risk assessment. The shared lives scheme should have separate written procedures on risk management, which clarify responsibilities for undertaking and updating risk assessments and risk management plans. The risk assessment should give clear recommendations on how to minimize risk and take account the person's needs, temperament, history, and current relationships. The scheme should ensure that the shared lives carers have the skills and knowledge to identify any new risk as it arises, to understand when to respond themselves, and when to seek guidance from the shared lives scheme. Shared lives schemes seek to minimize risk through shared lives carer training, both before a person becomes a shared lives carer and as part of ongoing learning and development. Shared lives schemes deliver training to ensure that a prospective carer understands the vulnerabilities of providing support in their own home. Outline the principles of safe working practice. Explain ways that shared lives carers can be involved in safeguarding situations, including shared lives carers' experiences and examples. Explain the process following a safeguarding allegation. Shared lives carers have a right to information, which enables them to make informed choices about potential risks to themselves and others in their households. Information sharing should ensure that information is made available before a shared lives arrangement is made. Information should include whether the person has had any previous experiences of being abused or has a history of abusing. The information is included as part of any risk assessments and accompanied by agreed safety procedures. The rights of the potential shared lives carer should be balanced against the interests of the person seeking support, and information about the person being supported will only be made available with their permission, or, as appropriate, the permission of their family members or advocate. The shared lives scheme must ensure that the person being referred and the referrer understand that withholding information may affect the safety or quality of their shared lives arrangement. The shared lives scheme must also be clear that if the information is essential to ensuring the safety within an arrangement, the scheme may not be able to accept their referral. If a referrer decides that information should be withheld for reasons of confidentiality, they must still ensure the safety of the arrangement. Shared lives schemes and shared lives carers are each responsible for following the Shared Lives Plus standards of conduct and practice. These promote safe practice, encouraging schemes and carers to take responsibility by promoting and upholding key rights, respecting a person's right to confidentiality, promoting independence, communicating, and being accountable. For more detailed information on the standards of conduct and practice, please see the accompanying training brief. The safety of the person in the shared lives arrangement is paramount. Any allegation by or concerning the person must be reported in accordance with the locally agreed procedures. All shared lives schemes are obliged to have a safeguarding adults policy and procedure in place. This will be consistent with the multi-agency policy and procedures agreed in their area and relevant country standards and regulations, which apply to all shared lives schemes. Shared lives schemes should also be recognized and included in the local authority's own safeguarding adults procedures. In some cases, multi-agency and/or local authority procedures do not cover the circumstances and details arising in shared lives. In this instance, the shared lives scheme may have agreed a subsidiary protocol with the local authority safeguarding adults team or nominated lead manager for adult protection issues, and this should include the respective roles of shared lives and agencies involved, the coordination between any investigative or supportive roles, the relationship between the local authority investigation process and the shared lives scheme's internal processes, the shared lives scheme's responsibility to inform the relevant regulatory body of all allegations of abuse or neglect. When there is a safeguarding incident, the shared lives scheme will seek to ensure that all allegations of abuse are investigated properly and sensitively and will comply with locally determined multi-agency policies and procedures. The goal of any safeguarding investigation is to achieve the best outcome for the person who is alleged to have experienced harm or abuse. When approaching a safeguarding investigation, investigators, such as social workers, should take into account that shared lives arrangements take place in normal family homes. The shared lives carer role is often difficult and complex. The boundaries between a person being supported and their shared lives carer is often less clear than in other residential settings, as shared lives carers are expected to have a professional, an informal and a caring relationship with the people they support. The person being supported may consider their shared lives carer to be more of a friend, or even family member. The strength of shared lives is the strong bonds formed between people being supported and their shared lives carers. However, this can also cause tensions between the professional and the informal caring role of the carers. The priority following an allegation of abuse or harm is to ensure the well-being and safety of the person involved. Their wishes are of paramount importance, and every effort should be made to understand and respect them. In practice, this means if a person has the mental capacity to understand the situation and does not agree with the proposed actions, this must be acknowledged. If a person does not have the mental capacity to understand the situation, investigators must listen to and respect the views of the person appointed to act in their best interest. Different types of investigation could arise during a shared lives arrangement. If a crime is suspected, the police must be informed and should carry out an investigation, and where appropriate work with the Crown Prosecution Service to decide whether to charge someone with a criminal offence. Whilst the police inquiry is taking place, a multi-agency approach should also be agreed, and the best wishes of the supported person established. The conclusion may be that there is insufficient evidence, or it is not in the public interest to proceed. In this instance, the local authority safeguarding adults team will still carry out an investigation and come to a formal conclusion. A safeguarding adults investigation should examine and weigh the evidence supporting or disproving the allegation. The investigating officer should provide the shared lives carer with the opportunity to give their own account. The investigating officer should undertake this as soon as possible before any formal conclusions are drawn. Where the conclusions give cause for concern about the care practice or ability of the shared lives carer, the shared lives scheme will then carry out a carer review. Removal from a shared lives arrangement should not be an automatic response to an allegation against the shared lives carers. The immediate safety of a person supported by shared lives should be the first consideration. The response should consider the following. Case by case, each case should be considered individually, taking full account of the legal implications. Multi-agency decision. There should be a multi-agency decision based on an assessment of the risk to the person. Best wishes. The decision should consider the wishes of both the person alleging that they have been abused and the shared lives carers. The preference of the shared lives carer should not override the wishes of the person being supported. A decision to remove any other person placed with the shared lives carers should be exceptional. If a local authority in England or Wales believes someone in a shared lives arrangement is being subjected to abuse or neglect, they generally do not have powers to come and remove the person. If the person chooses not to leave, or if they lack mental capacity to agree to leave, a local authority should do 3 things. Carry out an inquiry under safeguarding procedures. Put a care plan in place to manage any immediate risk if that seems a reasonable response. Determine what is in the person's best interests, in line with the Mental Capacity Act 2005. In all cases, due regard should be given to the Human Rights Act 1998. In some cases, it may be necessary for the local authority to apply to the Court of Protection before the person can be removed from their home. The negative impact upon the individual and the shared lives carers of a long drawn-out investigation should be recognized and minimized, although this cannot always be avoided if there is a police investigation or criminal proceedings. It is the responsibility of the appropriate professionals to ensure that everyone is informed about the projected timescales for the investigation and that the shared lives carer is kept informed of any changes. The shared lives scheme should ensure that investigators are aware of the sources of evidence available to them. This could include the shared lives carer diary, support users plan, review reports of the individual and shared lives carer, the scheme's prior knowledge of the carer and the shared lives arrangement. In all cases, investigators should work in partnership with the supported person and/or their advocate to ensure they are involved at the center of any safeguarding allegation. Investigators should seek to understand the wishes of the supported person and that they are helped to understand the implications and possible consequences of their allegation. The support a person may need will vary. It is important that independent support and, if necessary, counseling is provided. Where there is a police investigation, the shared lives scheme should provide details of the allegation in writing as soon as this action will not jeopardize an investigation. In all other cases, the shared lives carer should be made aware as soon as possible and informed of the process and timeline for the investigation. Shared lives carers should be given the opportunity to respond as soon as possible, although they may not be able to give their own side of the story immediately if there is a possibility that the police take over the investigation. The shared lives scheme should encourage the shared lives carer to write down their own account of the circumstances as soon as possible after the initial allegation. Ensure that the carer has any support needed to write down their own account. The shared lives carer has a right to receive formal support throughout the period of the investigation following the initial allegation. The scheme should identify who will provide this support. This could be provided by the scheme or an independent person. The shared lives scheme should then provide the support details to the local authority. This person should provide the information link between the local authority and the shared lives carer. Inform the shared lives carer about meetings that are taking place, whether the shared lives carer is part of the meeting or not. If required, attend all meetings and interviews with the shared lives carer, excepting police interviews. An investigation may have one of 3 outcomes. The allegation may be upheld. If the investigation has found that the shared lives carer has caused harm to a person supported, the following will take place. An application to the relevant safeguarding authority for their inclusion on the adults barred list. The Shared Lives Schemes panel will make a recommendation about whether to approve them as a shared lives carer. The allegation may be not proven. In this case, the scheme and social work team need to recognize the impact of a not proven conclusion upon the shared lives carer. Schemes should ensure that a shared lives carer review is held at the earliest opportunity and that the shared lives carer understands the not proven verdict, in particular. What has been recorded and where. Whether the scheme intends to request the panel to consider the shared lives carer's review, including the scheme's recommendation regarding the shared lives carer's approval status, and any response that the shared lives carer may wish to make. The shared lives carer may be completely cleared of the allegation. In addition to receiving a copy of the investigative report, the shared lives carer should be formally informed by letter that the allegation has not been upheld and that they have been completely cleared. Finally, in all cases, the shared lives carer should be able to see the investigative team's record of the allegation and subsequent investigation. They should have the opportunity to record their response to what has happened, and this be included in the investigation and scheme reports. Where possible and appropriate, a shared lives scheme can seek to reinstate an arrangement. They should consult with the shared lives carer and their household, the person being supported and their family, advocate and take into account the wishes of the supported person and shared lives carer. Where an arrangement is reinstated, the scheme should work closely with the shared lives carer and the person to repair the relationship and restore trust. They should offer opportunities for the shared lives carer to review and update safe working practices in the light of their experience. Thank you for watching this brief overview of safeguarding and shared lives. Full detailed information can be found in the accompanying training brief. Please do refer to our other animated films for bite-sized information, or our training briefs for more detailed information on other topics.